could see something useful, and it might be that horse, Measured Time. Here's John.
Time goes in. They're ready. Off they go, they're racing. Measured Time broke very professionally in the Unibet Extra Place offers everyday maiden stakes over the mile. Afternoon Tea's gone back. Provocateur was very slowly away. Golden Speech is ploughing a lone furrow towards the centre or far side of the track as they make their way down the long back straight. Bruno the Red has gone on to lead. So it's Bruno the Red who leads, to Wonder Legend, predominantly white jacket, in second. Then Tamango Sands up the inside in third. The short price favourite, the debutante Measured Time, is racing just off the back of the speed there in the white distinguishing cap. They're then followed by My Mate Mike, and then the orange colours of Lunar Light. Kentucky Bourbon, the red cap, towards the rear of the field. Then Provocateurs towards the back as well, and right at the rear of the field is Afternoon Tea. So they make their way round the turn, and zipping through to take it up is Golden Speech, who's come through to lead them now after taking that wider course. To in second position, Bruno the Red in the red and white colours, followed then by Wonder Legend. Then in fourth spot now, moving well, is Measured Times. But the inside is Tamango Sands, who's racing in fifth. They're then followed by My Mate Mike, just shunted back through the field a little bit. Then towards the out of the pink jacket of Ben Hamrash, followed by Lunar Light, Kentucky Bourbon. Then Afternoon Tea and Provocateurs at the rear of the field. 2.5 furlongs left to go. And this Golden Speech continues to lead. To a driven along Wonder Legend in second. Measured Time is now peeled out for a run and begins to kick in the turbo. Then Bruno the Red, who's given best in fourth. Down towards the final furlong they go. And Measured Times has swept past them. Goes on by length and a little bit now to Golden Speech in second. And then in third spot, Wonder Legend. But racing up towards a line here. Measured Time looks like a racehorse and has definitely performed like one on debut. Measured Time, the easy winner. To in second position, Wonder Legend, who battled back when Golden Speech was third. Ben Hamrash finished in fourth.
You've got to be impressed by that for a first start. A horse by Frankel, related to Rebel's Romance, first time up with the hood on, has picked up in really taking fashion. He's got a lovely long stride on him, Measured Time, and he's won here first time up over a mile. He's beaten Wonder Legend, who's also run a great race of promise. And back in third was Golden Speech, the stable companion of the winner. Early part of the race, Jamie Spencer kept Golden Speech well away from the rest of the horses. He came across to the head of affairs, but there is the winner, Measured Time. He's a very attractive son of Frankel, and he's got some ability to match those looks. And David Probert, the winning rider, didn't have to get too serious on him in the closing stages. Turning for home, Golden Speech out in front, Wonder Legend travelling nicely. See, Measured Time takes a few strides to warm up, but this is his first start, and he's bred to get a lot further. But within 3 or 4 strides, the writing is on the wall for his opponents as he eases into contention here. David Probert just changing his hands on him, and he hasn't got very serious on this horse, who has bounded away from his rivals in the closing stages. Golden Speech, as I said, had some really good form last year behind some smart horses, but he hasn't gone on. That's something to bear in mind when trying to work out the strength of what the horse has done. Measured Time on facts and figures, but it's the promise that is so exciting by what he could do in the future. Measured Time has won in eye-catching fashion, first time up here at Kempton, and who knows, we might just have seen something very special on the all-weather under the floodlights.
Could well have done, couldn't we, Rish? That turbocharged turn of foot in the home straight was a very taking visual enjoyment, and wins 4-5 favourite, Measured Time. Wonder Legend 5-2 is second. Golden Speech again placed 9-4. Jamie Spencer going wide on that one before getting the early lead. Let's take it from the start then, Rach. And anything particularly to note from here?
Well, Jamie Spencer on Measured Time decides to take the ordnance and survey route around the outside. One of my issues with this horse was drawn 11, but Jamie's obviously been watching Frankie Dettori on Trawlerman, Golden Horn, Anytime. This does seem to be the sexy new thing to be doing at Kempton from the 1 mile start. If you're drawn wide, stay wide, and then slot in. And he does, taking over the donkey duties of Bruno the Red, who was having a good cut of it out front. Wonder Legend is sitting in a really nice, now third around the outside, and David Probert sitting chilly as a cucumber in 4th, 5th on the eventual winner, Measured Time. I mean, I'm sure David likes this association now with Charlie Appleby, with Buick out in Dubai, and James Doyle bopping around, that he can just get on these where he can pick up his riding fee, pick up his percentage of the purse money, and not do a whole lot.
No. At this point, Steve entering the home straight, I thought Golden Speech was in a fairly nice rhythm. And at this moment, measured time certainly isn't going as well as Golden Speech, but of course that is the raw greenness of a debutant.
That was the case at Southall last time as well with Golden Speech. Last one off the bridle in front, and you thought I had a chance. I think Jamie Spencer's given this a great ride, but he's just not got a willing partner. And it took measured time, a little bit of time to wind up, as you would expect a horse with that pedigree. A lot of stamina in there, but once he did, he's a class apart. And he's put distance between himself and Wonder Legend, who also on debut bumped into a really good prospect, Mostabshire. And I think those are two that you could compare a little bit. And you can see on the wide outside, this is a horse that's not got a huge amount of pace, isn't going to be that competitive at a mile in much better races. But when measured time goes up in distance, you can see this horse really coming into his own, and I'd say this is one of the best 3-year-olds we'll see on the all-weather this winter without any doubt. I think he's a really nice horse. He's clearly been working well at home to go off odds on against horses with form, and he showed that that was a steal really, because he's Howard home and he looked quality. It's hard to tell on the TV sometimes, but he definitely moves very well in his slower strides going down to the start. And he doesn't do bad when he's coming back either.
He's got very powerful forequarters, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Lovely looking animal.
He appears to have a long stride. The data would be interesting to find, but I'd say we've seen quite a nice horse who might have group race potential further down the line.
And if there's nothing more we love on Kempton Wednesday nights, it's seeing Godolphin horses who've got very bright prospects, and I think we have seen one there in measured time. He wins very nicely on debut, 4-5 favourite for David Probert, Charlie Appleby and Godolphin. Second was Wonder Legend, 5-2, and third was Golden Speech Place once again, 9-4. 4 lengths in the end was the winning distance. And the winning time, 1:39.14, 2.24 seconds above standard. So far, that's the quickest time on the night. All the races have been over a mile, and measured time clocks the fastest. Let's get to Rishi with some winning reaction.
Well, the man who had the pleasure, I'm going to say, of riding measured time first time up at David Probert, what did you make of it?
Yeah, I think, you know, on his pedigree, he deserved to do it the way he's done it tonight. Charlie thinks a lot of him at home. His work's been pleasing. I mean, it was all pretty smooth, really. Nice hit beyond the leaders, and took a while to really sort his legs out into the straight, but he's gone through the line really well. I mean, he's dropped down a gear nicely from the furlong and a half and extended really well. And on his pedigree, he'll improve by staying 1.5 miles in time. But he showed a good attitude there tonight. You mentioned that it took him a moment to find his legs, but once you pulled him out, and it took him 2 or 3 strides for you to gather yourself, once you changed your hands on him a couple of times, that response after that, how did that feel to you? Yeah, it was instant really, Rishi. I kind of, when I turned in, I wanted to give him a bit of time just on his pedigree, thinking he'd want a bit further. So I wanted to get through the gears in pretty good time, and he took a while to really switch into it, but he switched his leads well, and he was well balanced, and he was pretty instant then from furlong and a half out. It looks like he's got a long, loping stride on him as well. Is that how it feels on board? Yeah, definitely. He's got a long stride on him, and he improved by favour anyway. Well done. Thanks very much, Richard. Thank you.